Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right. Hello there. Just finished Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Sorry about that. The cat just walked across the... Freaking cat, you're pushing everything. Okay. The cat just walked across the... Well, as you can see, the tail, and then it pulled on the mic that's attached to me. Okay. Harry Potter and... Sorry about that. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Actually, I gotta say this is like my favorite one. Not so much because it doesn't have as much exposition, but just because it literally starts up right after the one that feels like just a complete filler. Because this seems to actually continue from the previous books. The Order of the Phoenix just seemed to hold everything in limbo for no real reason. I basically mentioned before that only two key elements that happen in the Order of the Phoenix. Here, sure, there still isn't much, but we're giving more of what's going on in the story. We find out about what has kept Voldemort alive. We have, or he who must not be named, alive. We have found out so much more about Voldemort himself as to his journey in life. This is more of a story about Voldemort and the Severus Snape's deception and being able to swindle so many people because everyone believes they're in his confidence. It's like one of those things like, how? Why does everyone trust him so much? He seems like such a shady person. He's written as such a shady person. How can anyone believe someone like this? Yeah, the fact that Dobby keeps coming back and has an incident where he can't, talk ill of Malfoy just because he's still in that mindset. It really does show progression in two characters' parts. I mean, the Severus Snape constantly just playing everyone, and then like I mentioned before, Dobby's like one of my favorite characters. He's the only one, or of two, that really have character arcs. I guess Dumbledore did too, but you would have to see, like in the Life and Lies of Dumbledore, it's just like he apparently had a dark past. He seemed to change his ways, and those are characters that actually are fun to watch and care for, because I don't care about the goody two-shoes Harry. It's just one of those characters just like, he's just too good to root against. You like those characters that you dislike, but you can understand, or you see them turn a new leaf. Harry Potter is one of those characters that are just good throughout. So it's hard to actually rationalize, which is why the Order of the Phoenix was so terrible, because it was just Harry Potter just being perfectly good kid, even though he kind of led to his godfather's death. And then here in the Half-Blood Prince, it's more about following he who must not be named, finding out his story, finding out all of that. One thing I gotta say I did not like was the Felix Felicis situation of the potion. I don't think it's considered luck if you drink it and then decide to go see Hagrid. That's not luck. That's how could... That's literally changing everything. Luck would be basically you drank it. You were heading down, like you were going to see Slughorn, going to his office, and then you're caught up by Hagrid, who's crying and tearing up and everything else. And then, just feeling guilted, you follow Hagrid, which ends up running into Slughorn. And then Slughorn finds out that the arachnid is dead and is interested in that. That would be luck. Not Harry Potter instantly deciding to go see Hagrid. That's not luck, that's a choice. It's just like, there is a difference between luck and making up a decision. Of course, he made it up on the fly, and Felix Felicis told him to do it. That makes no sense. That's not luck. That's not luck. That's so. My biggest issue is just like when that thing comes around. It's like, I like it because I like how everything kind of unfolds. But no. Yeah, one thing I do gotta say is just like, one of the better stories I got to say is from the movie. Like how Slughorn basically talked about the fish, which he called Lily. The fish, which was a petal, like a lily petal, that sank into the water and turned into a fish. And he knew she had died when that fish just poof, disappeared. So that was the one thing that it's just, I preferred that in the movie, the actual movie. I preferred that than what we got in the book. And that's rarity for me. That's an absolute rarity, because normally it's just like, the book did this better, the book did this better, the book did this better. But it's just like, nope, I prefer that in what they did in the movie, because it has you feel for it, because here he's trying to, you know, get on the same playing field as Hagrid, so he starts talking about his fish, and it turns out it happened to be the one Lily gave him, and it's just like, Lily Evans. So it's like a more heartfelt moment, because when you're listening to it in the, like, just in the book, when you're reading it, it's just not the same. It doesn't feel the same. It just feels like Harry Potter's beating him with a stick to reveal it all, instead of Slughorn feeling remorse for his actions. I preferred it when he felt bad, but we don't get that in the book. Yeah, it's just like strange that I actually preferred something from the movie than the actual book. I'm surprised myself, because going through the book again, I was just like, dang it just wasn't as strong or as impactful as I originally thought. The movie did it better. Yeah, but this book is basically Harry Potter continuing on, trying to find out the story behind Voldemort, finding out about the Horcruxes, finding out that Voldemort has split himself into 7 different pieces, finding out what exactly are those pieces. Voldemort had a huge attachment to, you know, Hogwarts, that he wants the founding members to basically be the Horcruxes. They're bewitched items, magical items that they left behind. He wants those to become the Horcruxes. You find out which ones they are. Yeah, and you kind of feel sorry for Tom Riddle at the same time as you don't, because yeah, he was corrupt from the beginning. And that's one thing that also makes me just like, it's too simple of a story. Because here we have the goody two-shoes, the overly goody two-shoes, and then the just pure evil. For evil's sake. There's no real rationalization as to why he's evil. I guess they tried to hint at the fact that his mother was pure, his father was a muggle, and since his father was so mean to him, he kind of despised all muggles. If they could go that route, then yes, but it doesn't seem like they tried to. Other than that, the book is actually still one of my favorites. It's funny, I think I've complained more about this one than any of the others, even though this one is one of my favorites out of them all, because it just seems like so much is actually going on. They finally got the ball rolling, and I absolutely love exposition. Which I love world building, so exposition kind of helps out. Not so much where they're just spoon feeding you everything, but it has to be done with taste. It has to be done with taste. But Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, I hope I said that at the beginning. I hope I said that. I might have said Goblet of Fire. Half-Blood Prince. I'm probably pretty sure I said Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, still one of my favorites, even though, yes, the Felix Felicis makes no sense. The fact that Slughorn's reminiscent story, Tearfelt story, is better in the movie. Yeah, still one of my favorite books in this series. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.